God damn it. Every time. All right, so let's do that again. Let's run the intro and let's forget about everything that you saw for the past 2 minutes. And we're going to do the intro and we're going to start completely new, like nothing happened. All right, welcome guys. This is the RLZ Trading Room Community Livestream number 25, the unmuted edition where we look at the markets. And yeah, exactly. That was just a practice round. How you guys doing? What's up, Hangry Patrick and Joel? Welcome, guys. You're often coming into these live streams. I do really appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone coming in here and helping us out. And by the way, guys, hit the like button. Hit the like. And if you're not subscribed and you want to have live streams like this one on a daily basis, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification button. And I want to say thank you to PrimeXP for sponsoring these live streams. If you are interested in signing up to a really good trading exchange, a crypto and forex trading exchange, you can join PrimeXP by using the link in the description below. And you also have a code LIBS42, which will give you up to 7K deposit bonus on your first deposit. So definitely check that out. It's a great exchange. It's my personal exchange of choice. That's where I trade the crypto pairs and all the forex pairs. So yeah, and this week, some very exciting announcements regarding the RLZ Trading Room, and it's gonna be good. Like I want to tell you guys everything, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till it's actually launched. Let's take a look at the charts here. So we have right here we have one of the open trades that we entered. Actually, you know what? I don't think a lot of people did get in on this one, but I mean, the entry on this one is just absolutely crazy. Right? So let me look at the actual trade idea. So if you go to the trade ideas tab in the community, you're going to see this, right? So we have the gold trade is right here, and this is the chart, right? So we had the long signal right here, and I did say, you know, actually entered that market right here. But you see that wick right there. And this is the perfect example of the rounded bottom inside the reload zone, and then that 4-hour bullish engulfing candle to kind of confirm the whole idea of the trade moving higher. What I do in this scenario is, even if the candle's all the way up here, closes all the way up here, what I do is I place my entry orders on either the 50% fib or the 20 EMA and the 4-hour, whatever looks best. And in this case right here, look how perfectly price came down and hit that 20 EMA on the 4-hour. On the 1-hour, it's just very, very obvious right here. The picture perfect setup explaining the rounded bottom and confirmation inside the reload zone where break and retest of the 50%. Absolutely beautiful. Another one we entered this Friday was Euro AD. Exactly the same thing here, actually. If you use the replay function, you'll see that we have a 4-hour bearish engulfing candle, kind of confirms the idea. So inside the reload zone, well, not really inside the reload zone, but it hit the 0.618 right here. And when it hit that 0.618, it started creating that rounded top right here. And then a 4-hour bearish engulfing candle to confirm the breakdown. And we then entered orders on the retest of, in this case right here, we actually had the daily 50 EMA. So the idea here is when you have a level that's, you know, the 50% fib, and you have the 20 EMA in the 4-hour, and you also have the daily 50 EMA, obviously we're going to select the daily 50 EMA as our entry because that's the strongest confluence of them all. And look what happened here. It came up and it actually hit all of them three. So we hit the daily 50, we hit that horizontal level right there, the 50% fib, and the 4-hour 20 EMA. So also another picture perfect example of a confirmation inside the reload zone, or at least close to the reload zone. And then you have that 4-hour bearish engulfing candle to confirm everything. We've got that rounded top, rounded price action. It's looking very good. I like it. Right, so that's the second one. And the third one is the AUD-CHF, which also is performing very, very nicely. Now, this is a trade where I hesitated a lot before entering, because if you look at the daily, it's a very strong trend line area right here. Very strong trend line area. And we came up here on the daily with stochastic RSI in the overbought territory. We hit that trend line, and I was really thinking, should I really enter this trade? And something kind of, I looked at the behavior of the trend, and something is clicked. I said, you know what? I'm gonna enter this trade. Something intuitively just told me that, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna enter the trade. It looks really good on the local trend, and I'm really glad I did, because this has now hit TP1, TP2, and TP3. So very, very profitable trade right here. So these are the 3 open trades we have in the Forex market right now. Let's look at the crypto market, where we have actually, it's quite not embarrassing, but it's a stupid mistake. I actually did exit dot here. So around here, I exited dot. And that was based on the fact that Bitcoin were looking like it were breaking down. So we had this on Bitcoin right here. And I think this is a great example to show that if you have an idea, and that idea looks solid, looks like a good idea, you stick with it, right? And especially in this case where I risked only 0.5%, I should have just kept it open, just let it run. So it's important to you, when you get a trade, when you get a good entry, according to the system, you should not exit that trade unless the rules of the system tells you to do so. And the only reason I exited this trade was because I felt like it was a good idea. I did not really see any technical reasons to exit this trade. A very good technical reason to exit this trade were if my stop loss would have been hit here. Instead, I exited here right before this major rally on dot. So whatever, congratulations to everyone that followed this. I did share this on Twitter. I did post a trade setup in the community. But it is what it is. We'll link. This is also another trade I posted. Unfortunately, this one got stopped out, but I actually did write in the trade setup that this is the, out of the two, so I posted dot and link, and out of the two, this is the risky one, because the difference here between link and dot is the fact that link is actually below the daily 20 EMA, which is right here, and the daily 50 EMA, which is up here. You look at dot, you see that this trade was actually based on a reclaim of the daily 20 EMA for a move up to the daily 50 EMA. Quite different. Here we're basically buying into the daily 20 EMA as resistance in an overall bearish market structure. Right now, if you look at dot, it's of course also in a very bearish market structure, but there's some sign of a potential rounded bottom, like a rounded bottom where you might come up and test this area right here, which did not look the same on dot really. Another one we looked at is CRV. Now, CRV is, so we're going to go through the trades that we have analyzed in the last couple of days, last week, and then we're going to go through the open trades to kind of show you how I manage open positions. Very, very important. It's important that you manage the trade accordingly so that you're letting your winners run, basically. You need to always let your winners run. That's super, super important. Always let your winners run. CRV is an example where you, well, actually, you know what? This is not a really good example, but it worked out quite well. This is another example where you have that reclaim of the daily 20 EMA for a move up to the daily 50 EMA. I also like the fact that we came up and hit that short RLC, and that short RLC is measured from that low, that high to that low. But looking at the daily, what you should have done, or what I should have done really, is look at this whole move as one move. And if you do that, you'll see that wick right there tests the 0.618 perfectly. I think the 0.618 here, in this case, very good area. The short LC here, very good area for a target on CRV. We're gonna keep the RLC lower, actually, like this. Another one we looked at is Algo. Now, Algo is pretty much picture perfect here on Algo. We even got a long signal on the RLC slingshot indicator. And guys, I've been working some on this indicator to optimize it, and like it's amazing. It really has changed everything I'm doing in trading. This is like, I'm not saying this. Like, I'm, full transparency, I will offer this for a small fee, a small monthly fee, and you'll be able to gain access to this. But I'm not telling you guys this to kind of shield the indicator, because like, it's mostly used for the RLC trading program students, right? But I'm telling you this because if you use this indicator or another indicator, or you have a system completely different from mine, I do highly recommend that you guys should think about the idea of automating some parts of your system. So what I've done here is um, I've tried to take the RLC slingshot system, which is very simple, right? You know, simplicity is definitely the key to my trading success. And the RLC slingshot system is basically based on getting a bounce inside the long RLZ, the reload zone, right? So somewhere in here. And I want to see confidence with a horizontal level. So this is kind of like a horizontal level. It's going to hit that horizontal level. It's going to hit the 20 EMA or the 50 EMA, going to create a rounded bottom. Stochastic RSI is going to be confident. It needs to be in alignment with the overall trend, which is integrated into the indicator, which is the 20 and the 50 EMA right here. It needs to be in accordance to the overall trend. It needs to be a clear trend on the 4-hour. It needs to be a bounce inside the reload zone. And what I've done is I've managed to integrate the entry trigger into the indicator, right? So as you can see right here, we have a couple of long signals. The long signals in of itself isn't really that great, but when the long signals align with the system, like you're seeing right here, it works surprisingly well. The win rate of the indicator signals, you're not going to get many. You're going to get a couple of signals like this. I would say somewhere between 1 and 5 every week. And let's say you can take 50% of that. So let's say you're going to get on average 2 trades a week, but the win rate is actually quite impressive. It's between 70 and 80%. Now, that's back testing. You're never going to have 70 to 80% live trading, but that's in back testing. So you can at least expect a win rate of 50 to 60%. And the win rate, the average R is quite good, right? So you see on gold here, it gave it a really nice entry trigger, and that alerted me to take this trade. And you look at Euro AUD, it gave me a short signal, and that alerted me to take this trade as well. Same thing up here. It's beautiful, but I did not take this trade because it's above the daily 20 and daily 50. AUD CHF, here's an example where there's no signal, but it's still according to the system. So of course I'm going to do some manual scanning to see if I can find entry triggers of the system that the indicator has not given me, right? Which basically the indicator has missed. But what this does is, look at this. I have signals right here. So I can go to the signals tab right here, and I can search for slingshot, right? Is it slingshot? No, it's RLZ. Yeah, so I search for RLZ. What you see here is all the active alerts I have. It's on all the major and the minor forex pairs and all the crosses between them, and all the altcoins on Prime XBT, as you can see right here. These are all the signals that I have, and they are continuously monitoring all these markets, right? This one is stopped, so I'm going to do a new one on this one because it's going to be once per bar close. Good. Looks like I've done some mistakes on this, so let's just go through this and optimize them. Once per bar close. Now what this does is, it's pretty cool, right? What this does is it gets forwarded. All of this gets forwarded into the trading room in a channel called RLZ alerts. So here you see all the signals. The signal that we took on, for example, gold from this Friday, you can see there's a lot of signals, and this is the signal on gold. This is the signal that based the trade on gold. So, and what happens is I get these alerts, right? And I have a smartwatch. So I get the alerts on TradingView on the app on my phone. It then shows me the alert on my watch, right? So it blips, it shows me alert. I press the alert on my phone, on the watch. I take out my phone, and I immediately, when I unlock the phone, I get a chart of the alert from the Discord channel. So I don't have to manually scan the markets. Now, do you understand how amazing that is? So I can go about my business, I can go about my day and focus on the stuff I love doing. Like this morning, for example, I woke up and I felt, you know what? I don't want to start working at 8. You know, I'm a trader. I trade whenever I want, however I want. I don't have to start working at 8. So I decided to, you know what, I'm gonna build some Lego with my son. So while sitting playing, you know, with my son and building Lego, I have my laptop on the dinner table, and I get an alert. press the alert, I watch the chart. It's not an interesting signal. And that happens every 4 hour on the 4-hour close. So every 4 hour during the day, I check the alerts, and if there's a trade, I go down to my office and I place the orders. Do you imagine how little time it takes to be a successful trader when you automate things? It's absolutely amazing, guys. So what I'm focused on with RLZ trading is to give you guys this structure, teach you guys a structure of simplicity where the whole goal is for you to spend as little time as possible watching the charts. Because the more you watch the charts, or the more you watch the screens, the bigger the risk of you making a mistake, right? If you're out taking a walk while having an indicator scan in the markets, there is 0% risk that you are going to take an impulsive trade. 0%, because you're out on a walk, you're not even in your office. You're getting an alert, you're out on a walk, you see a good trade, you know that, all right, the entry on this one can happen within an hour. So you walk back, place the trades, and that's it. So it's just absolutely amazing. You know, if I wouldn't be doing these live streams and having the community, my life would be so boring, but I would still be making money by trading. And that's the beauty of it, right? The simplicity of this system is just amazing. And I would highly recommend that you guys try to focus on the same thing, to simplify everything in your trading, because the more simpler your trading system is, the easier it is to automate it with an indicator. Right, so we look at ADCHF. Now let's talk about how we manage these trades. How do we take care of these trades? By the way, guys, remember to like the videos, or like the live streams. We can get more people in here. When you like the video, it automates the, it activates the algo on YouTube. It kind of recommends it to more people. It's actually amazingly valuable for me, even a small like from you guys. So let's talk about how we manage these trades. It's very simple. So this morning I had a few questions inside the community, right? For example, we had one guy asking if should we move stop loss to TP1. Let's look at gold. I think he's referring to gold and ADCHF. So basically what happened here on ADCHF is TP1, TP2, and TP3 got hit. Now at this point, you're waking up, like I woke up this morning and I'm like, holy shit, right? I'm also doing like a couple of challenges for different funding firms. So I'm currently doing 4 different challenges at the same time with a trade copier, right? So I'm doing 4 challenges for 3 different funding firms at the same time using a trade copier. I'm not gonna disclose the names of them yet, because the idea is to test different funding firms to see how quickly can I get funded and how good are them to take care of me when I'm actually funding with them. And then I'm going to select the best one, and I'm going to try to get a deal with them and perhaps become an affiliate with them. And I'm going to structure the RLZ trading room and give educational content to the members, how they can apply to the same funding firm and perhaps get a bit cheaper challenges. And I'm going to have a course for how you can apply the RLZ trading course or the RLZ trading system to that funding course. And my idea is to have anyone being able to become a full-time trader. Now with the funding firms, it's possible. You don't even have to have a dollar in your trading account. You can get funded if you're a good trader. So the whole idea is to create a community where the main goal is to not give people signals to follow, but to give them a structure for them to become independent and trade independently, getting funded by these funding firms, right? So, and I'm actually, by only these 3 trades, I'm actually more than halfway to finishing one of the challenges. So if these trades hit profit, I might actually have been one of the challenges. So that means I'm funded by one of the companies. And I got two more companies to get funded. And if I pass them all, I'm funded with, I think, 700 USD, which is a lot of money, right? And the goal is to be within this year. Within this year, get close to $1 million in funding, which, you do the math, right? And it's just, it's incredible. If you're funded with $1 million, you have this system. Let's say you take 10 trades a month, you basically do not work, and you make 1% profit. You make 1% profit. So we have $1 million, right? $1 million. 1% of $1 million is $10,000. Now, let's say that the funding firm takes 50%, which some funding firms, they take 70%, some take 60, some take 50. Now, let's say that all the funding firms on average that I'm going to get funded with, let's say that they take 50%. And then let's say taxes, how much would I have to pay on taxes on this? Well, I don't know, like 30, probably 33%. Let's do 35% here in Sweden. So it's 3 point, so what if I make 1% profit, 1% profit on a 1 million funded account, and the funding firm takes 50%, and I pay on that, I pay my income tax, which is in Sweden is somewhere between 30 and 35%. If it's actually 50 if I make even more money, but still 3.2k is after taxes. It's a good amount of money to only make 1% profit. Think about that. What if you make 5% profit? 16k, 5% profit on that account, 16.2k USD a month. Incredible. That's the power of funding firms. That's the power of funding firms, and that's my goal, to be funded with a $1 million account, and to help everyone else that's watching this and the member of the RLZ trading community to get funded as well, and really change your lives, right? Change you, and you don't even need to trade full time to do this. Like, I could easily trade the same system in exactly the same way while holding a full-time job. I'm not kidding you guys. It's amazing. So when managing these trades, how do we manage the trades? Well, very, very simple. Like I said, everything about this has simplicity in mind. Simplicity is the key to long-term success. You guys should know this by now. And if you don't know it, you know it now. So the whole idea is you have an entry here. The entry trigger of this setup is not based on only the rounded bottom here, but it's definitely a part of it, right? So you have a rounded bottom right here with a higher low. It's a higher low. We got another higher low area, higher low, higher low, higher low. You could argue that this is equal low, but it's actually not. So we got the trend, higher low, higher low. Where are we going to move the stop loss? We are going to move the stop loss when we have a similar structure as we had at entry, right? So if you have a higher low on this current open trade, right now we have the stop loss at entry, right? And I'm okay with price moving all the way down here, because right now we only have 25% of this position still open. We've already closed 75% of this position. If you exit here because you're greedy, that's just your emotions fucking with you, right? You're just trading your emotions, and that's stupid. What you have to do is you have to accept the fact that I am going to follow the rules of the system no matter what happens. And the rules of the system tells us that whenever we have a new higher low, we move the stop loss below that new higher low. So when we have a new potential trade entry, we have a place to place our stop loss, and that new stop loss is going to be placed at the same area where we would have placed the stop loss on a new trade. So if we see the 20 EMA move up like this, we got the 50 EMA move up like this, price forms a rounded bottom on the 20 EMA in the 4 hour, we place the stop loss down here. In this case right here, the stochastics RSI does not matter. The stochastics RSI does only matter at entry. It only matters when the entry confirmation happens. After that point, I don't care about the stochastics RSI. So actually the next step of the slingshot indicator is try to incorporate the stochastics RSI into the indicator. It's already included in one way where you can actually select if you're going to use the stochastics RSI filter or if you're going to use a crossover for the signals. But I want to try to incorporate in a visual way. I don't know if it's possible. If you guys think it's possible, let me know. If you're able to integrate the stochastic RSI in a nice visual way, I'm going to give you free access to the RLZ trading indicator if you're able to get that done. So that's AUD CHF. Same thing with Euro AUD. Now, what I love about Euro AUD is the fact that TP1 was actually like quite low. It's a 1.5R, which is very nice. So we have a lot of room to the upside to create a lower high. Look at that. It's a pretty good structure right here. So somewhere in this area, I'm expecting a lower high. And when we get that lower high, we move stop loss down and we expect this trade to just boom, dump. Same thing with gold. Gold is now pulling down slightly, which is expected, right? You see the behavior of this trend. You obviously see that most of the moves, they don't move higher, much higher than this. So we can expect gold to start moving lower right now. And what we want to see is a lower, higher low somewhere in this area. And that's where we move the stop loss. So simply put, to kind of summarize everything when it comes to trade management, you move the stop loss up with every new swing point, be it a swing high or a swing low, depending on if you go short or go long. But you need price to confirm that you're now ready to move the stop loss. Without that confirmation, you shouldn't move the stop loss, because if you don't have any technical reasons to move the stop loss, you're basically just trading on that fear that you're going to give back the unrealized profits back to the market. But it doesn't work like that. You can't look at every individual trade. Like, you shouldn't really care about every individual trade. This trade on gold, it matters very little on the bigger picture. Imagine in 6 months, when I have taken maybe 100 trades, will I remember this trade? Absolutely not. Will I remember it if it hit last TP? Probably not. Will I remember it if it goes down and hits that entry? Probably not. But will I be profitable long term? Probably yes. So this trade right here, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is you have to view every individual trade as a vehicle for you to kind of navigate the that's a weird way to put it. What you have to do is you have to every individual trade is like one small building block of a big machine, right? And that big machine is the long-term process, the overall trading plan, the overall process. And each individual trade, while important for the overall process, it matters very little, right? Because if you pull everything apart and you have that one trade, it doesn't really matter. So you shouldn't put too much emphasis on one trade, because you might be looking at this, right? Let's say you've been trading for a couple of months and you're looking at this and you're like, this is my first big winner. What you do is like you pull up the phone and like, look at P&L. You put down the phone again, you pull it up 5 minutes later, you look at the P&L and you're like, it's like your whole life is about this one trade. You have to think long term. You have to think about 100 trades, right? So when managing your positions, leave the emotions out of this. Just look at the technicals and ask yourself, will I be making, like, you might get an impulse to exit the trade right here. So you have to ask yourself, will I be making a lot of money if I exit all my trades right here? And obviously the answer is no. You're going to make more money if you wait for this, right? And you're going to be making more money if some of the trades hit entry while some of the trades move up here. All right, that's it for today's live stream. It's a little bit shorter now. I have a meeting with Crypto Hercules, my business partner here in RLZ Trading Room. We're going to be discussing, not discussing, we're going to be discussing the launch of the website, I believe, where you're going to have a portal. Every member is going to have their own members area with specific course section. So every trading room member will have a introductory course to the RLZ slingshot system. Every trading room program member will have all the content, including homework, assignments, and everything I've basically done on the website. And everyone who subscribes to the RLZ Slingshot Indicator will have courses on how to use it, best templates to use in what markets, and how to set up the alerts and everything to kind of structure your trading around that way. So the goal here is to make RLZ Trading a trading portal for people that trades, crypto and wants to try at forex. People who trade crypto and forex, and they want to have a simple system that works and a simple structure to not only trade the system, but also to get funded with the system and trade full time and make some real money, with the goal of potentially quitting your job and going full time trading, which is a very, very real possibility today with the funding firms. All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. And I hope I will see you guys then, where we're going to look at new trades to enter. All right. Take care, guys, and see you guys tomorrow.